Do you have a girl you want to marry and she is from Akwa Ibom State, Ibibio land, and not just Ibibio land, first daughter for that matter? Then if that is what you are about to do, marrying a first daughter is not just like every other regular marriage. There are other procedures and steps involved that makes their marriage different. If that is what you are about to do, there are things you must know about marrying a first daughter in Ibibio land, which will help you not to make mistakes that can lead to death. If this is what you are about to do, watch this video to the end. Make sure you don't skip any part of it. Make sure you watch to the end to know about this before you start. Hi guys, my name is Ruth, or you can call me the Ibibio girl. Welcome to my channel once more again today. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for stopping by my channel. And if you're an old subscriber, you know I always love you. Mwah. Welcome to the channel, amazing channel where you get to learn about Efik and Ibibio language tutorial. You get to learn about cooking and health tips from the Ibibio girl. You know what? Calabar and Akwa Ibom lifestyle is not exempted. So watch this video and click on the subscribe button. Don't miss any of our videos because you will enjoy. Hello, Akwa Ibom State is actually one of the most beautiful and caring states I've ever seen. It is a state where you have beautiful people with hospitable people, caring people, and lovable people. It is one of the wonderful states that you have to visit if you have not for now. Starting from the cleanliness, hospitability, and every other thing that join with it. In fact, when you are in Akwa Ibom State, you have a peace of mind. We welcome visitors and everybody within us and around us. Hi guys, but getting married to a first daughter in Ibibio land is very different. Very different. I mean, not like every Efik and Ibibio regular marriage. Some sacrifices are done before marriage, which they believe if you don't do it, it may kill your parents. It is adwewok akpaitong, meaning when you offend the hand, it kills the neck. Now, this sacrifice is what we call awadia and awadwongo. It is of two stages, which I've said awadia and awadwongo. Awadwongo is the first sacrifice and is done in a particular market day. Like I mean a particular market day. You cannot just do it like any day you like. You just wake up and you fix it and do it any day you like. No, it has a particular market day that this is done. It can either be on a market day called Ofiongaran, or it can be a market day called Afiongetuk. All right. So this Afiongaran or Afiongetuk is the two market day that you can do these rituals. Now the first stage, which is called the Awa Adwongo, meaning sacrifice and throw away. Sacrifice and throw away. Awa Adwongo. Awa Uwa means sacrifice. So Dwongo means throw away. So you sacrifice and throw it away. That is the first stage, which is done in either this Ofiongoran market day or Ofiongetuk market day. Now we place high value on first daughters. Some communities in the Ibibio land take these rituals as a very important steps in every marriage because no one wants to lose his or her life just because your daughter is getting married. Now there are so many communities in the Ibibio land that still practice these rituals before marriage. So now, are you a first daughter in Ibibio land and you don't really know the culture and tradition of Ibibios, all right? Or have you seen this beautiful Ekaite, Imabong, Inobong, Edidiong, and the rest on that have actually carried your mind, have won your heart, and you just don't want it to stop there. You want to make her officially your wife. Now, this video is for you because you have to understand the marriage culture of the Ibibios. All right, there are different steps in marriage, and when first daughter in Ibibio land is involved, there are things you have to know. Don't skip this video. Keep watching, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I guess you just finished clicking on the subscribe button. Now let me teach you this. Now, if you have seen that girl you want to marry and she's from Ibibio land, once a girl, an Ibibio girl, like the first daughter in the family, we call Adiara, first daughter Adiara, brings a suitor to the family, like ready to settle down in marriage. The first thing the parents are going to do is to educate her about the steps to follow. And sometimes you need to know this before you even start so that you prepare your mind before getting home. After you have taken your suitor home, the next step they will tell you, if you are from a community that performs this ritual in Ibibio land, you will be told to perform these rituals with your husband to be first before you proceed into the main marriage. Okay, these rituals is called our adia and our duo, and it is of two stages. Now the first stage, they are going to give you list of some items that you will bring, and a sacrifice is done. Sacrifice is done, the family members will be available, and at that point, after the sacrifice, they now do the burying of these items you took there. And there's also another step called the awadia also, which is the step 2. Now some people and in some families or some communities where this rituals is performed, some of them would allow you to do this step after introduction. That is, after your family and the your suitor's family have visited your home to know your parents and your family where you are from, to seek your hand in marriage officially. Then after that step, the next one you will do is these rituals. These rituals, they believe, is very very important, very very important. The first stage is the awadia and the second stage is the awadwongo. Now this awadwongo stage, sorry, the first stage is awadwongo and the second stage is awadia. Then this awadwongo stage of a thing is very very important and scary, like seriously scary to me, because you see your parents will be so scared and very very careful. They don't want to collect anything from your fiancé, from your husband to be, okay, before the sacrifice is done, until when the sacrifice is done, because the belief is that if you take anything from the person, they may end up, your parents may end up falling sick, which may lead to death if the sacrifice is not performed. So nobody wants to die, so everybody are always very careful about these steps when first daughter is involved. Yes, the groom is going to spend more money. That is why they say adiara are very expensive, like we are priceless jewels anyway. So you have to pass through these steps. Though I don't really like the rituals things, but they say give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and I love my parents, I don't want anything to happen to them, so you always have to do it. All right, so the next thing they do is that they are going to give you list after that, your introduction, official introduction. Your family or your husband, your wife's family or your parents will give you a list of things you're going to bring for the rituals. So your husband will bring those things with his family for the rituals. A day will be set for that, which is on that market day, not just any day at all. On that market day, either the Fiongetuk or Fiongoran. Those are the 2 days that these rituals can be performed. I'm going to give you some of the things that they almost the thing in the list, that those things that are required for these rituals to be performed. Number one thing is this hornless sheep, like sheep that doesn't have horn. Then they request for tortoise. They request for, I don't know whether you call it tortoise or tortoise, I don't know. Then they request for squirrel, as adwa. They request for female fish, maniyak. They request for this other kind of fish called inaga. They request for the another kind of fish called imoniyak. Then they request for snap. They request for jar of local gin, 5 jars of palm wine, tubers of yam, tin of palm oil, vegetables, plantain, cartons of beer, crates of soft drinks, native fowl, and native egg. All these things are to be provided by the groom family for the rituals. All right, and you have to bring all those things on the day of the rituals with your family members or a representative. So the bride's family member will always be ready, awaiting the arrival of the groom family to perform the rituals. Don't feel scared. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. It doesn't hurt truly. I've experienced it, so it doesn't hurt. If you love your wife to be, you will not want anything to happen to her parents. So you want to do the right thing by providing the things in the list and making yourself available for the rituals. Before, it was always done in the night in my place, like 12 a.m. on that market day. But I think now it's they can be done anytime, but on that day. That's just it. So once the two families are available and the items requested for are presented, all right, so they start the sacrifice or the rituals at the backyard of the bride's compound. Now this rituals is done, a pit is digged at the back of the compound. All right, the sheep is slaughtered, and they now use two sticks like in between to hold the sheep, and they allow the blood to drop into the pit, you understand, drop into the pit. Then the what do they call, the groom and the bride will be presented. Some incantations are made and said for the fertility and prosperity of the bride and the new family she is going into, or she is about to start. They pray for them. After that, they now cook the food, like everything they brought there. Like I can remember, they will now use the blood on the groom and the bride and pray for them. They now use that native egg, like to still do all those incantation and all those things. But now I think it's done in form of prayer. They pray for them. Then they now cook the remaining food, like all those, the sheep and everything, the yam, the plantain. They cook it and they eat it there. The family members eat it there. And once they eat it there, now the parents of the bride are not allowed to be present at that place at that moment. There is a particular time where they call them to come out during the rituals and the prayers, and after that they go back. They now prepare this food and all the family members will eat the food. Eat. Now let me shock you. There's another part of it that I don't like. Oh, you see all those money you spend buying all those items. If they cannot eat everything there, they are going to bury that your money. That's all those things you bought. They are going to bury it on the ground because they believe that those things should not enter the bride's house or the bride's family at all. Everything done in that our Duomo's place should be thrown away. That's buried on the ground. Okay, that's the rules. They bury everything inside, bury it there. They pray for them, bury it there, then cover the pit. Then they now place a curse out at this point on anybody who may wants to use any piece of the rituals for evil on the bride or the bride's family. So if any item used there go close to anything in the bride's family, it can lead to death in the family, except sacrifice are done to counter it or the event, okay, or to counter such occurrence. When they bury all those things, that part of their wadia, our duomo, is done. They pray for them and they now go into the next step, the next stage, which is called the awadia stage 2. Hi guys, so if you have not clicked on this my channel, please click on the subscribe button because I'll keep on educating you, and I'm about to tell you more about the awadia and the states or communities that perform these rituals. Don't miss it. Don't skip any of this video so that you don't miss any part of it and say like, I wish I watched Ibibio girl's video. I would have known all these things. Now awadia is done 1 week after the awadwongo. Awadia means sacrifice and eat. Sacrifice and eat. So these rituals is actually done 1 week after the first stage, which is the awadwongo, sacrifice and throw it away. On another market day, all right, to celebrate the groom family, here the groom family and the bride's family eat together. Like in my place, the groom have to feed the bride parents, like they share from the same food. You take your own, then from that same food you give it to your father-in-law. From that same food you give it to your mother-in-law. From the same food your mother-in-law gives to you. From the same food your father-in-law gives to you. From the same food you give to your wife. And from the same food, they all share and eat that same food from the same plate. So that is to show the unity, symbolize unity, peace, and you are welcome to their family as their own. Now this event is very important. You eat and drink with them from the same plate and from the same cup. Now, this is when it is very important because without doing this, the mother-in-law or father-in-law can't eat any food that comes from the son-in-law's hand without paying a token amount of money. This token amount of money interprets that he or she bought the food offered to her or him by the in-law. Now, this is the only way out that you can survive not doing these rituals and eat from your in-laws. But nobody's above mistake. You can actually one day make mistake and it will affect. Imagine when your wife gives birth, or you the daughter gives birth, and your mom comes in for an moko. Is she not going to eat in your husband's house? Is it every time she wants to eat, she'll be giving money? There she will make mistake and may end up taking their lives. So it's better we do the right thing and avoid problems, and had I known. Now, this must be done because it is tradition. And if it's still in the Bible says, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Now, there was somebody in my family, my aunt, that actually refused to do this. She believed we are Christians, and she was like, she cannot do it. Jesus came to die for us, and this has been abolished. God died and abolished this for us. She can't do it. She gave her daughter's hand in marriage without it. Now, let me shock you. When the daughter gave birth after the marriage stuff, she now went for a mugo, and she since she did not even believe in this tradition of a thing, so she went there. When she was eating from the in-laws house, the first day, the second day, she fell sick. She fell sick, and to the extent that she did not even know what happened to her. They took her to the hospital, but yet they saw nothing. Now, what happened was they now brought her back home, and her leg started swelling up, like they now called it elephantiasis. So it now starts swelling up. They told her that it is from that stuff she refused to do, but she refused to accept till she died. Now the same thing now started happening to the husband as well. So after that, they had to rush and perform the sacrifice just to clear road for the man to survive, and that was how the husband survived. But the wife died, and they lose someone, and at the end they still did the rituals. I know it looks as if first daughter's marriage is expensive, but please, you can just do it for her sake if you love her. Just do it for her sake because life is involved, okay? So I am going to tell you the communities, or let me say the places in Ibibio land that still practice this. Though some of the family have actually abolished these rituals, but a lot of them are still performing it. Like the community where I am from, we still perform it. All right, so now I'm going to tell you some of the communities that perform this as well. The first one is in Ibibio local government area. They perform it. So if you are getting married to a woman from Ibibio, make sure you find out if their community perform this thing first, so that don't make mistake. Don't allow mother-in-law or father-in-law to push you. Anyway, at the end, it affects your family. Another place that perform it is Ikono, some parts. Ini, local government area, some parts. Itu, local government, some parts. Nsribom, some part of it. Nsrubium, some part of it. Uran, some part of it. Ibesikpo, some parts. Nsretai, some parts. Nkparenin, some parts. Ikorobasi, some parts. So some parts of these places I just mentioned, their communities, some of their communities are still performing this. So if your wife is actually from any part of that place, you actually have to find out if their community is performing these rituals, okay, so that you know what to do. All right, now after you have done these rituals, you are highly welcomed and you are blessed. The gods of the land and even God himself have already seen you as the son of the soil, and you are highly welcomed in that family and that community. So you now proceed to the next stage, where the family will actually give you the real marriage list, the bridal list, the marriage list, where you now go and prepare yourself on when, fix a day on when to bring everything in the list. Boom. Once you pay everything in the list, she automatically becomes your wife. Traditionally, she is married to you. So it's not left for you to do the open party, celebration, dance, cook food, and everything. Everybody enjoy, everybody celebrate, okay? But once you pay the bride price and everything in the list, you are actually married to that woman. So you are entitled to her as your wife. All right, so that is just the steps, and those are the things you need to know if you're getting married to a first daughter in Akwa Ibom state. The awadia and awadongo, sacrifice throw away and sacrifice and eat. These are things you need to know if you're getting married to a first daughter in Ibibio land. All right. So enjoy your marriage. Like, don't feel it's too much because we are wonderful people, and you will not feel it as if you just spend too much because you're going to enjoy the home with us. All right. So if you feel like all these things, where will I get it, like the toys and everything, you can actually convert it into money and give it to your bride's family, and they'll give it to the person to get those things for you. Like, that's what we usually do in my house. So if first daughter is getting married, they used to turn it to money and give it to the guy who performs the rituals, and the guy will get everything and bring it on day of the ritual. So what the groom and the family will just do is just to come by themselves. That's just it, as simple as that. Then everything is said to get married to that your beautiful and lovely wife. Enjoy your home, and she gives birth to fruitful, beautiful children for you with a blessed home. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did not click on the subscribe button, please do so. Share it. Hey guys, if that was educative, if that was informative, if that was useful to you and you have not clicked on the subscribe button, please click on the subscribe button. That's the only way you can support my little channel. Subscribe to my channel, like it, share it. People may want to have this information. Comment and tell me anything you want me to talk about, anything you want to know. Love you. If you want to know how to plan your marriage on a budget or elaborate, then stick to this channel. If you also want to know samples of our traditional marriage list, things required for our marriage, right? The bride price and everything, stick to this channel. Love you guys, and see you in my next video. Bye.